My name is Jaichander. I'm the founder of Sarcon Technologies. Sarcon is an award-winning 3D virtual and hybrid events platform, right? So what that basically means is any kind of event, be it a conference, expo, anything that you can do physically, we have a 3D virtual equivalent of that to do completely virtually or physically as well, right? And what I mean by that is, for instance, Singapore's first virtual property expo or the world's largest blockchain series, right? They all happened on our platform, Sarcon, right? And so did probably the first 3D virtual wedding, right? Which isn't very common, that happened on our platform as well, right? So the product that you would be building has been used by the likes of Microsoft, HP, Pfizer, all the top players in the market, as well as startups on the other end, right? So the impact of your work, has that spread, right? We're basically a B2B2C SaaS company. So what you get to build is experience building for the enterprise, scalable, secure stuff, as well as the consumer side of things, where you need to build something that is more engaging, more intuitive, right? All of that, right? So that's basically it, right? And the space we're in, events, that is at the cross section of all the hottest technology that you have, right? Right from VR, IoT, AR, AI, even blockchain, right? Some of it we are working on, some of it not yet, but it's there in the roadmap, and it's even if we aren't working on something like that, it is a perfect playground. So there is a strong enough business case to work on that, right? So to summarize, right, if you are somebody that really loves what you do, you're passionate about what you're doing, you want to push yourself to the limit, you believe in ethics, right? Because that's something that we are big on, right? And you're good at what you do, right? I think you should consider Sarcon. Check our website out and our careers page to understand the kind of values that we have. And if it feels true to you, just drop us a line. We have a very egalitarian culture. Best ideas win over here. So I think that's about it. Did I miss something? It shouldn't be a problem, but as long as it's for the right reasons. Yeah. I think the first part that stands out is the technology that people are working on, right? Knowing that you're working on futuristic technology, you're doing something that is building the future, right? So in the industries that we work in, we are kind of looked up to from our clients in terms of where do they expect the ball to be next, right? Because we are kind of driving that. And the impact of what people are building here is seen across industries, right? So be it, say, the first virtual property expo of Singapore, where property dealers actually came and sold, say, 7-figure property deals online on our platform, or doing a 3D virtual wedding, wherein the wedding would otherwise have not happened because the parents were in India and the couple was in Australia, right? And the technology that you built has, made that happen, right? And then, you're working on something that has to be enterprise ready, that's scalable. You get a lot of, responsibilities, right? And then you also see, end users, ending up users, right? The second one is, I think the respect that you're treated with, the respect your ideas are treated with. It's a very egalitarian culture. Doesn't matter whether if you're an intern or a tech lead, the best ideas win, right? And that's the culture that we have. And then finally, because of the nature of our business, we have a lot of celebrities that come on our platform. So you'll have some event where Saurav Ganguly comes on our platform, and then that's quite exciting. And then you have, say, Chengpen Zhao from Binance. If you're a cryptocurrency fan, he comes on our platform to say the CEO of Xiaomi or the ex-RBI governor, right? And they all come on our platform. They see good things, and I guess those are smaller things that give you highs as well. Yeah. So I think the nature of our business is such that it's very time sensitive from time to time, right? So events, they happen on a particular date, they happen for a few hours, and then So with that in mind, right, there are instances where you might have last minute requests from customers that come in, right? And we are very, very customer centric. So what that does is we have something like a 80% referral rate with our customers, right? But the dark side of that is many times you just cannot stick to your standard 9 to 5, right? Now we've been very lucky that almost all our team members are people who go over and beyond with a smile. But then it does become challenging, and to that end, we are hiring more people. We are hiring, better people, smarter people, to join our team, right? But yeah, I mean, to wrap that off, I mean, we're very, very grateful for all the people that have, that have been part of this journey and continue to be part of but we have not had anyone quit because of this, touch wood. But the next part we do see attrition is, so we are quite selective in terms of who we pick, right? Especially when it comes to the tech teams, I mean, across teams, in fact, yeah. And there is a sort of auto attrition that happens because the kind of people that you're working with and the way we work, the processes that we have, if you're not good at what you're doing, it comes out, right? And then, so those are the people who end up quitting, saying that, you know what, this is probably not my league or something like that, right? Because we have someone on our team who's a national level chess player, someone else who's passed up a job at Google to join us, right? We have people with patents. So I would say those are the two things. The situation has been quite fluid with us, right, based on the growth that we have seen. But some of the best, people that we worked with, right, are people that are able to connect with the kind of work we're doing, and also able to see the kind of growth and returns that they'll actually see in the long term, right? So we have people who, are probably making, say, 50, 60 lakhs a year, sort of a thing, which is a salary we cannot afford today, but are willing to come in at a significant, haircut from there because they believe the mission and they believe they'll be able to make up much more in the long run, right? So that's one, right? What we have been able to do in the recent past is be in a position to hire for more senior positions as we have grown. So that's one. And second is, when it comes to things like raises, we don't really wait for the end of the year, right? If you're seeing people are performing, right, in the middle of the year, having an increment or multiple increments in the year is not unheard of. And also rewarding people during the year, not just by saying increments, but also other rewards, just to recognize that people are doing a good job, right? That is also something that happens from time to time, right? So and for a senior candidate that understand the value of equity, that is also something that is offered. So that's basically how it works here. Ethics. Yeah. We'll probably have one strike for that, but that's a non-negotiable. Yeah. There's something intangible that a person's level of awareness in life that comes through in the first few minutes, maybe, or maybe even seconds of talking, and it's a gut feel. You try not to judge, but more often than not, it is a good indicator of a good candidate versus a bad candidate. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. Incomplete sentences. The kind of roles that we have, right, and like it's basically back-end, front-end, full stack. Typically, PHP has to be a part of your arsenal. But if you believe that there is some aspect of your skills where you're in the top 5% of the people, top 1% of the people, it doesn't matter what your other weaknesses are. It doesn't matter whether you didn't score well in college. Doesn't matter if you're not into programming contests or whatever. But if there is one or two things that you're really, really good at, better than anyone else, reach out, right? And this is not limited to tech, right? Be it marketing, sales, whatever it is. If you can reach out, maybe it's a project, right? We're big on projects, right? So we hire more people for the kind of real life projects that they have worked on than anything else, right? So if you have that, you can showcase that. I think you have a very good shot of getting through. One is the skill, and second is why you think you connect with what we are doing. So whenever we have seen the connect as well as the skill, it's worked out well. Most people have at least one very strong interest outside of their work, right? So you'll have someone that is a slow fashion ambassador to someone else who's a professional chess player, and someone who's a scuba diver, right? I'm myself a failed musician, and so we encourage people to bring their complete self to work, right? You don't need to hide what else you are passionate about. That is what makes you who you are, and we encourage that. Yeah, and I look forward to more people with a well-rounded interest in life. Yeah, I think it helps. Sarcon is basically an award-winning 3D virtual and hybrid events platform. So I covered this in the first part, so I'll have to be a little repetitive, but events of any type, be it an exhibition or a conference or even a virtual wedding, we have features that can make that happen, right? So right from, say, virtual business cards that you exchange to networking lounges for people to interact, right? So we're creating immersive experiences over here, and what's happened in the process is that additional markets have opened up, right? So we have someone that's using our platform as a virtual office 365 days in a year, right? Someone else wants to use it as a virtual mall, right? So what you're building is the future, basically, over here, right? And what we're doing is at the confluence of AR, VR, IoT, blockchain, AI, right? A lot of it we are not already working on, but if those are of interest to you, then this is a great playground, because the business cases for those exist. So you will have the encouragement to work there, right? But there is enough interesting stuff already, right? And second is, if you're looking for a job where you want a lot of responsibilities, right? You just don't want to work on one small module, right? You want to work on something where you can see the impact of that tomorrow, right? You can see an HP or a Microsoft use your product and see how that benefits them, to see a couple that's getting married virtually with all their relatives from 5 continents coming and being a part of that experience, right? And then even in terms of the way we are building the company is that it's not just the work, but people who stick with us for the long run, right? This is a for-profit venture, right? So we make sure that the eventual outcome for you, right, is good monetarily as well, right? And which is why we have the people who are working with us as of today, right? So if you're really interested in what you do, you want to push yourself, right? And have a shot at outsized returns, right? Then this is the right place. This is not the right place if you're looking for a standard 9 to 5, right? I don't want to give work-life balance a bad name, but I think I'm a little tempted by my other panelists as well, right? They can't be too much focused on that. You definitely need that. You need balance in life, but it's not going to be like a standard 9 to 5 check in, check out sort of thing, right? But otherwise, you'll work on interesting stuff. You'll see the impact of that happening, and that is about it. Yeah.